All right, folks, S&P, can we show an intraday? It is hitting a session high right now. And this gain is really driven so much so by technology. And here we go. The S&P up 31 points. Now, just to give you some perspective here, when we started the show, the high of the session was a gain of 22 points. So as it climbs, we're looking at another record. You have to stay with me for the next 33 minutes because that's when the closing bell happens, and we'll see if it's another record high there. The non-fuel energy sector is fuming over the big, beautiful bill because of last-minute changes that would wipe out tax credits as soon as this September for alternative energy and products, including solar and electric vehicles. So you can see the response in EV stocks right now. People are selling them. We've got Tesla down about 2%. Toyota, which makes a lot of EVs that are gaining traction, down also about 2%. GM down 1%. Lucid down 0.75%. Tesla CEO Elon Musk posting on X that the bill is, quote, utterly insane and destructive. It gives handouts to industries of the past while severely damaging industries of the future. And one could actually argue that any form of industry energy is really important right now due to the fact that AI is a huge gulper of energy. Well, one form of energy of the present and the future just struck a major deal, energy fusion sector. Energy fusion is dubbed star in a jar because it can produce enough energy to power a city without harmful byproducts by using the same formula the sun uses to produce energy. And Google is on board. It just inked a deal with Commonwealth Fusion Systems for 200 megawatts of power from the clean fusion energy plant that the company is developing in Virginia. Google also upped its stake in the company. Joining me now in his first interview since the deal was announced, Commonwealth Fusion Systems CEO and co-founder Bob Mumgaard. Bob, great to have you. Congratulations on the deal. You are already in contact and have a relationship as far as investment is concerned with Alphabet Google, correct?
That's correct. It's great to be here, and this deal really is about energy of the future, bringing that to today in order to make a lot of it as soon as possible, and that's something that Google Alphabet has been very excited about for a long time. They've been an investor in our company for the last about 4 years, and this deal takes that up a notch, includes investment in the company, but also importantly, the buying power from the first fusion power plant.
Bob, explain the star in a jar. So it uses the, quote, same formula that the sun uses to create power. Talk to my viewers in language that they can understand.
So inside all the stars, they're combining the lightest elements to make heavier ones. And in that process, they're unleashing a huge amount of energy. And they basically never run out. They don't really need a lot of fuel. And that process, that fusion process, is something that humans have wanted to do here on Earth for a very long time. Scientifically, we've known it's possible, but we're sitting at the cusp of actually turning that into a practical power plant. And if we were to do that, when we do that, it means that you'd have power that was very, very secure. Basically, you build a machine, a jar, and in that machine, you create the conditions inside the stars, and then you get the same energy from combining the atoms that the stars do.
And this is one big jar. We're talking about magnets that are how big? These are gigantic magnets, one of which you are building, and you're building a whole operation in Virginia. Talk about where Google is going to get its energy from, what it looks like, and most importantly, when. When is this going to happen?
So in fusion, the key is to actually figure out what the right type of machine to build is. A machine that can create those special conditions, very hot, like 100 million degrees, hotter than the center of the sun. To do that, we use very strong magnets that sort of compress the plasma. And we've done this in labs funded by the Department of Energy, places like MIT and national labs. And now what we're doing is taking that out of the laboratory and demonstrating it. And in fact, we have a facility in Massachusetts called Spark that is being constructed right now that is going to demonstrate this. But the next step is to turn that into a power plant, an actual power plant that could replace like a fossil fuel power plant with something that uses the same infrastructure, workforce, fabrication, manufacturing, but doesn't have any constraints on its fuel and can be built and owned by the people near it. And that power plant, that's a fusion power plant. And we've said that we're going to build the first one of those in Virginia, and we're going to hook it up to the grid. And on the other end of that grid is Google, who's going to use it to power AI.
Are you worried at all that this is perceived, and who cares? It's clean. Isn't that a good thing? It's clean energy at the very point where clean energy is under attack, at least the tax incentives in this big, beautiful bill. Again, this is superimposed over a time where artificial intelligence and this adoption, this mass adoption of it, is soaking up so much energy. And it's the first time in decades that we've seen this meaningful jump in energy usage. And we've got to look everywhere, not just in fossil fuels, for this power.
Yeah, this is, the world's at a point where we need a lot of energy, and whoever has the most energy, whoever has, really energy dominance means AI dominance. It means manufacturing dominance. It really is the engine that propels economies. And with fusion, we could get that energy without relying on the weather or the geography of the sun or wind, or even where the fuel comes from in terms of shipping it or pipelines or transmission lines. And so it really is independent energy at a power plant level. And we're going to need that in order to be able to do all the things that we want to do, whether that's AI or whether that's making things.
Bob, you guys at MIT aren't very bright, are you? Oh my gosh, this is brilliant. It's so exciting to hear about, and we want to follow you. We want to watch this. So when you are really getting this thing up and running, we want to be there for that story.
Absolutely.
Commonwealth Fusion's Bob Mumgaard.